Welcome back to the Travel Agency in a Year podcast. My name is Rachel Kay, and we are on day 20 of Travel Agency in a Year. 345 days left, folks, as I record all of these. I'm just like, okay, 345 more. I love doing this. Don't get me wrong. It's very time consuming. But whatever. Let's get into it. Today's episode is all about, if I can pronounce the word, authenticity and your brand voice. So I do have a lot of tips and tricks on how to create a master brand voice template with the help of AI if you need it in the Success Circle. The Success Circle is a 12-month program, $35 a month, subscription-based, cancel at any time, get what you need from it, cancel. But this episode kind of is going to expand on what the heck authenticity is and how to incorporate it with your brand voice, because I know you hear it probably a lot, like you just got to be genuine, you got to be yourself. And there's a lot of nuance to that, and that could confuse advisors out there that are like, well, I can't fully be myself because sometimes I'm trying to think of sometimes I'm very pessimistic. Like, I don't need to be pessimistic. Okay. So your brand voice needs to stem from a combination of your mission statement. If you don't know or have a mission statement, I think day one, I talk about a business plan, why you need one. And that's part of your mission statement is part of your business plan. Sorry. It's kind of blanking for a second there. So if you need to go back to day one, go ahead. We have a free Business 101, Business Plan 101 webinar replay. It's free for you to go sign up and download. And it comes with a little workbook so you can work on your business plan. It's at elevatewithrachelk.com. Click on any of the buttons. It should be listed with the courses. If you can't find it for some reason, you can contact us from that website. Okay. So your mission statement, your values your company's values should align with your personal values, and your quote unquote why. Okay. So your brand voice is kind of stems from that. So like my brand voice, I tend to lean a little more playful and silly because I want you to understand, even in my travel agency, I lean a little more like, it's just life, everybody. You can do this kind of attitude. Because my why is to help advisors, like specifically with this podcast and with Elevate with Rachel Kay. I want you to all understand that you can build your business your way. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands of dollars figuring it out. And you can be successful even if you kind of feel like you got a crazy idea. Trust me, I got crazy ideas all the time. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. We'll see how this podcast goes. All right. Your brand voice and authenticity is displayed if you have your brand voice set up, and it is the same tone and style of speaking across all formats. Now, I will tell you, if you sign up for my newsletter, I do use AI to help me revise it so it like makes sense. And sometimes I just write an email. So sometimes it's not like 100% perfect consistency in my brand voice, but it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same across the board. So like I'll write out an email, I'll plug it in to like Claude and be like, okay, make sure it aligns with this brand voice. And then I'll paste it into a document and then I'll revise it again because I'll be like, this sounds stupid. This sounds like clearly AI. You know what I mean? And then I'll change it back a little bit and then I send it out. But sometimes I'm like, I don't even care. I'm just going to write. So that happens. But do you have the same tone and style of speaking across your website? The way you speak, if you do short form video content, your email newsletter, is it pretty consistent? Is it the same kind of tone? Are you always sounding professional? And like, if you're like in the luxury or corporate sphere, do you always sound professional? Or if you do like family travel, do you sound well, it just really depends on what your brand voice is. I can't really say anything, but is your tone more like educational and like has great tips for traveling with toddlers, kind of like mama bear type? Does that make sense? You're like, "No, I'm a guy." Sorry. Okay. You also want to, when you want to display authenticity, you've got to be transparent about your journey. If you want to go stock, I don't know if I'm going to give you my travel agency handle, but I have pinned to my TikTok account my resume, and it's just me. And I'm like, here's how I ended up doing wedding planning for destination weddings. And it's me in a crappy beer sweatshirt just in my old office, and I'm just like, yeah, this is what I used to do for a living. This was my journey to get here, and that's how I know what I'm doing. So you can be open about your journey. Don't be super open about your journey. Don't be like, I was attacked by a bear last night, everybody. Well, I mean, don't disclose the crazy drama if you have crazy drama in your life, but just kind of discuss your journey and be open to sharing that with people. And this ties back to, I think it was day 18. We were talking about connecting with your clients as you grow. If you have a sudden influx of business, like be open to sharing that. And just be like, guys, I'm super overwhelmed right now. I'm doing the best I can for you. When you're creating your brand voice, there's some other things that you need to consider. What aspect of your personality are you going to tie to your brand based on your mission statement, your values, and your why? Are you going to, like I mentioned earlier, mother hen? Are you going to be a little sassy? Are you going to be playful? Are you going to be all about the business? You have to infuse a part of yourself, not all of you. Like you don't have to be every aspect of who you are, but just the part of yourself that ties to your organization's mission and the understanding of your ICA, ideal client avatar, ICA. So when you are speaking in your brand voice and your tone, you also need to consider your ICA's language. What are their problems? You have to showcase you understand them. And I'm picturing, sorry, my voice just cracked. I'm picturing, I think it's like a Simpsons episode where Grandpa Simpson is like trying to act like he's 20. You don't have to go that hard. You don't have to be that. But he's like trying to relate to younger people. I feel like that sometimes though in my marketing. People, my clients don't know how old I am. And I'm like, let's keep it that way. Because my ideal client avatar is 29 years old. And they'll be like, oh, yeah, you're like 30, 35. And I'm like, yeah, that's how old I am. But you have to understand, like, you don't have to be super trendy with language if your audience is younger, right? If your ideal client avatar is significantly younger than you don't have to be like super duper. All of your copy is like, oh, it's all about the vibes. Like I don't even know I don't know what the lingo is these days for younger kids. I kind of do, but because I have a child that's Gen Z, but I don't speak that language in my marketing. Like, don't go that crazy. Just the metaphors that they're using. Maybe throw some of that into your copy. Or like if you were marketing to me as a destination wedding bride in the 2010s, 15s, because I wanted a destination wedding, couldn't get one because I couldn't figure it out and I couldn't find someone to help me. That's neither here nor there. Um, if you made references to The Office, I would have been like, I love this show. This speaks to me. Like, if you had a copy on your website, like, ugh, it's so overwhelming trying to find all these resorts. It makes you want to curl up with a blanket on the couch and just binge season 2 of The Office. We all know that's the best season. Like, copy like that for someone who's in like their 30s to 40s, that would speak to someone in that age range because that was a huge show for a lot of us back in the day when you had to tune in to must-see TV and you had to have zero plans for Thursday night because otherwise you'd miss it and then everyone would tell you the spoilers. You'd be like, dang it. Anyway, so how does your ICA speak? What are their pain points? What are their ways that they like to de-stress and decompress when they're overwhelmed? How can you relate to them in that way? How can you relate to them in terms of like your specific niche and what they want to get out of that? So, I don't want to do destination weddings as every example. Let's take, okay, so Gen Zers are much less likely to be drinking alcohol. Like it's trending downwards to drink alcohol. So you can kind of understand why maybe all-inclusive resorts are also trending downwards and cruises are trending upwards because drinks aren't included and you can always opt to add in drink packages, things like that. So when they're looking for a honeymoon, and let's say they want an all-inclusive resort, but they don't like the idea of paying for unlimited alcohol, you could talk about that in your copy if you do. Sorry, I'm blinking a lot. I got a hair in my eye. If you do all-inclusive resorts for like honeymoons or like bachelorette trips, what are the other benefits? What are the other things that are going to entice them in? Is it going to be like the tie-dye t-shirt classes or the dance classes? Does your ICA lean more health conscious? Like they've got a great spa and gym and they do a 5K every week at this property. What other things can draw them in to a resort outside of, unlimited food and drinks? And then you can put that in your copy to show that you understand. Yes, I know you don't like to drink alcohol and you don't see the point of an all-inclusive resort, but here's a million other reasons why it's such a good value. Because that's like a big perception with Gen Zers is all-inclusive resorts are just like booze fests. Okay. So, final wrapping up, we got some tips, some more tips, and then we've got the why you should have your brand voice developed and you should maintain consistency and be true to yourself as well as your ideal client avatar. But your first tips are, what is your origin story? Why did you go into travel? Why do you serve who you serve? You need to be vulnerable, not dramatic. You need to say, like, I'm an imperfect person. Like, if you just go full robot, people aren't into that anymore. And you need to walk the talk that you're talking. So if you are all business, you better be all business after they hire you. If you are, I'm going to take away your stress, you better be taking away that stress after they hire you. If you're like, oh, I anticipate all of your needs and it's full concierge luxury service. I don't know why I'm rolling my shoulders while I do this. Oh, I'm so fancy. You better be fancy AF when they hire you. Walk the talk, okay? Now, why you're like, I do just fine posting in my private Facebook group and I tell people about trips and they book it. Okay. But if you really want to make this a business, every company has a brand. Every company has a voice to the brand and a look to their brand. Every company that lasts. If you just want to do this for a little while and then you're done in like 5 or 10 years, fine, do that. But if you're like, no, I really want to do something with this. I want to make a difference in my family's income. I want to make a difference in my family's lives. I want to be able to take them on trips and I want to also be able to show that I can build a business from nothing. You need a brand voice. Why? Question mark. It builds trust with your audience. Even if you're marketing in person and doing like in-person networking, it builds trust if you are consistent and have the same voice throughout the process. It shows who you are, and that is like the key to being a travel advisor is we are all different. We are all capable of different levels of service and different levels of knowledge and expertise. And I even tell this to my destination wedding like consultation when I'm on the phone with them. I'm like, this is like dating. Like you found your fiance who you're going to spend the rest of your life with. Now you got to find a travel advisor that not only you vibe with, but your great aunt Stacy, that's a weird great aunt's name, but whatever, that everyone on your guest list can work with as well. And does my system align with what your guests are capable of doing? It's just like dating, especially when it's for like a big group like that. And you're going to be working together for like a year to 2 years, like 18 months together. Like you got to be sure you're tolerating me. Okay. Shows who you are. And that is very important with the travel advisor. And any kind of like really small service based business like this, where it's pretty much just you for the time being, you got to show who you really are. It drives loyalty because if you maintain that same brand voice and you are authentic in all of your messaging, they're going to be like, you got it, dude. I'm going to work with you because I already know I like you and you have not changed. Authenticity is a base that provides forgiveness when the inevitable mistakes happen. So if you go into social media marketing of, I'm the greatest and I can get you the best deals and it's luxury, like hands off for you. I do everything concierge service, and then people give you a fee because I have witnessed travel advisors do this. I have reported travel advisors doing this. And then you make the mistake because you don't know what you're talking about, but you went viral and then you took thousands of dollars in people's fees. And then you're like, oh, I was $25,000 off on this when I posted this on social media. Like, that is a huge mistake, A, but B, that clearly shows that person was not being authentic because they didn't know what the heck they were doing. Now, if you are authentic from start to finish, all of us are going to make some kind of mistake at some point. I'm not saying that that person was bad at just like there wasn't really a plan. There wasn't a lot of foresight into what was going on there, which is a big reason why I'm a huge proponent of not going viral because I've seen it happen. It does not end very well if it's just you sitting in your office at home. But we will make the inevitable mistake. And that will allow, if you are authentic and you maintain a consistent voice from start to finish, and you do make a mistake and you take accountability for the mistake and you do everything you can to make it right, they're going to forgive you and be okay with it because it will happen. It could be the shared transfers were supposed to be private and oops, you booked shared. Just pay for the upgrade difference and be like, I am so sorry. I missed that. Sorry about that. So that is why you should have a brand voice and why it should be authentic to you and your business. Thanks for tuning in today. Ooh, I barely made it under 20 minutes. Hooray! Have a great day and I'll see you tomorrow.